All right, guys, so Ian just spotted the next snake of the night. There's a scarlet snake up there. Not a scarlet king, a scarlet snake. What even? Hello, everybody. We are currently headed down into the coastal plain for yet another escape from the Piedmont trip because it's just been so rough. But we're headed down the interstate now, and we're going to be exiting shortly for a night of what will hopefully be rainbow snake hunting. So we're going to be checking out likely places for rainbow snakes to be hanging out. That's going to be the main goal for tonight, but I'm sure we'll see plenty of other stuff even if the rainbows are not out. Yo, look at this feral hog. Look at all of them. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Whoa.
Worst invasive species other than cats. All right, there's our first snake, plain-bellied water snake. Looks like a really pretty young one. I'm gonna try to grab him. All right, I was able to catch him. Look at that. It's kind of in its transitional phase, so when they're fully grown, they're gonna lose all of that barring, and they're very easily distinguished from the other Nerodia. But at this size, they still have a little bit of banding and can look a little bit like a banded water snake. So really the easiest way to tell them apart is just to look at their belly. And Erythrogaster are the only Nerodia in Georgia that's going to have that solid red belly. But very cool. Decent start to the night. I think this is hopefully a good indicator that snakes are going to be out in the water tonight. We're going to do a little road cruising too. So, all right, little dude, back into the river. And right past where we just shined the Erythrogaster, here we have a banded water snake. You can see, looks fairly similar, other than the heavier banding, but if we were to grab this guy and just look at his belly real quick, you can see, very heavily patterned. But yeah, second Nerodia species of the night. All right, not a snake, but here is a huge, beautiful barking tree frog on the road. Check that out. Always a pleasure, even here in the coastal plain where they're common. You can see, that is a big frog. All right, out of the road with this big guy. I'm sure we'll see a lot more. This one's actually kind of interesting looking because he doesn't have much in the way of spots. They're very faded. Holy crap, here's a huge red-bellied water snake. Look at that. I'm gonna grab it. She actually has been surprisingly unbitey, aside from the initial bite she gave me when I grabbed her. She's chilled out quite a bit for a Nerodia. Just very beautiful Nerodia species. And as long as they're not biting and musking on me, I really do enjoy finding them. But unfortunately, they often do bite and musk, so many herpers do not like these guys, but definitely think they're pretty underrated. Very, very pretty snakes. All right, we're kind of walking up a sandy creek right now. Looks like a good place for rainbows to me. I don't know how far we'll be able to follow it, but all right, we got our first sandy creek find. It's a nice adult brown water snake. Look at him. Super chill. What's up, dude? This creek water is really cold. Relax, dude. Come here. Yes, I know. Come here. No biting is necessary, I promise. All right. That was a pretty snake. We've seen 3 Nerodia species so far tonight. I think we've actually seen all the Nerodia that can reasonably be found in this area now. All right, dude. Carry on. You want me to put you back in the creek? There you go. It's cool to see such a big snake in such a small creek too. So while I'm walking and looking for our next snake, we are actually going to be down here in the coastal plain for a couple of days. I don't know how much successful herping we're going to accomplish because this is not primarily a herping trip, but I do think there's a good chance that we'll see a few things each day, and I will include anything of interest, of course. We'll walk this nice sandy creek a little bit longer, and then maybe check a few more spots before calling it a night, but there's been decent Nerodia activity so far, and that's been about it. A little catfish dude of some kind. All right, here's our first cottonmouth of the night. Look at that. Really yellowish one. These are what would have formerly been considered eastern cottonmouths. That was a really sharp looking snake though. It's actually wild how chill this thing is. Very, very pretty too. A lot different looking than the ones we've been seeing recently. Hey, buddy. Really nice. We'll leave him to it. There's another brown water snake. A little bit harder to see. Hey, buddy. Come on, come out. Dude. I got him now. There we go. All right, there's brown water snake number 2. With the addition of the cottonmouth, we've now seen just about every snake you would expect to see in this type of habitat, with the exception of the 2 Frantia. But of course, those 2 are quite a bit harder to find than all these other more common species, so we'll let that guy go and keep moving. Lots of snake activity, though. This is a cool spot. Yo, I just night shined a ringneck. Look at him. He's got a super orange ring, too. It's actually really cool looking. Look at that neck. It's like the orangest ringneck ever. All right, we'll leave him to it. There's a decent-sized bass demonstrating just how high the water has risen in this recent rain event. You can see all the green grass under there with him. This was a very much-needed rain. The water was really, really dropping pretty much everywhere in Georgia from the drought until really the last week or so when we've had a couple of good storms. Well, there he is. Oh, my flashlight's dying. Dude, how could you possibly not give a single heck that I'm looking at you like that? Hey, there we go. Look at that. Oh, flashlight's still dead, but Scarlet Snake. Well, that is definitely a little bit cleaner than the ones we were seeing in Florida. Still a kind of odd looking Scarlet Snake. I actually have never seen one in this part of Georgia, so maybe it's typical for around here, but very, very nice. I think this is only the 2nd snake we've actually seen on the road tonight, but we have been mostly shining. This is another reason to love scarlet snakes. You'll be hard-pressed to find a more cooperative, colorful colubrid. Scarlet kings, mountain kings, you name it, are all very wiggly, but these guys, once you actually catch them and get them in hand, they are super, super quick to chill out and sit for photos. Love it. But we're just going to let this guy continue off into the brush over here where he was heading, and we're going to keep cruising. Here's another brown water snake. This one's a juvenile. Doing what they do. Oh, we almost got that fish. There's a guy. Oh, there he goes. Hello, brother. All right, everybody, it is the next day, and we are actually in coastal South Carolina for a couple of days now. Friend of the show, Ian, has been seeing a green sea turtle around one of the areas he is working, and I would really like to actually see a sea turtle in the wild for once. I have seen them as little hatchlings that I got to release that were captive reared to make sure that they didn't get predated in the nest, but other than that, I've never actually seen a wild sea turtle, so getting to see that guy would be awesome. And then we're going to do some road cruising around the area too, some basic coastal stuff. With the chance of seeing snakes all along the way, so.
Ellie, Emma.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
That's so cool.
That is my lifer green sea turtle. Look at him. This is the first time I've ever seen a sea turtle in the wild. That is so sick. Oh, that was a good one too.
Nice.
All right, everybody. Well, we did get to see the sea turtle, which was very, very cool. I would love to get more sea turtle video, but obviously there is a different, unique set of challenges when it comes to getting video of sea turtles. But yeah, we're about to go night cruising for the night. It's very, very hot and humid here in coastal South Carolina right now, so I'm not necessarily optimistic we're going to see anything crazy, but hopefully we'll at least see some decent numbers of snakes tonight, and if we're lucky, maybe something that we don't normally see at home. All right, we got a dust cloud, but our first snake of the night. Very pretty little juvenile young adult copperhead. Very nice. The copperheads in this region are nice and clean. They're very pretty. But I'm assuming that that's going to be the most common snake of the night if we get into any decent numbers, so we'll just let him scoot. There's a little pine woods tree frog in the ditch right by where the copperhead was. There's no water in it, but there's lots of leopard frogs and other little tasty morsels for copperheads. Nothing under there. All right, guys, so Ian just spotted the next snake of the night. There's a scarlet snake up there. Not a scarlet king, a scarlet snake. What even? That is just ridiculous. Like, I've seen people finding like Florida scarlet snakes up in trees, but that is so just weird. I guess we'll just leave him up there. I mean, he's like 15 feet off the ground, so I mean, we could try to climb up to him, but just seeing him up there is cooler than anything we'd be able to accomplish by getting him in hand. I mean, look at that. And I wish video quality was better at this distance, but that is so cool. It's a pretty scarlet too, like way prettier than the one we saw earlier in this episode. Just hanging out in the canopy, you know, doing fossorial snake things. All right, well, this guy has come a little lower in the tree, and I've very poorly tried to get some photos, but we're just gonna leave him. No need to grab him. That is a really cool observation if we don't see anything else tonight, though. Scarlet snake, 10 plus foot up a tree. We got a little gaster of the erythro variety. Look at him. Very nice. I had a little bit of a heart attack when I saw this guy crossing by the bridge for some reason, even though I can tell pretty well it's not a rainbow snake, but handsome little guy. We'll get him out of the road. All right, tonight is apparently the night of the weird things in trees. Ian just spotted a racer. Definitely less weird than the scarlet, but still not something I see as often as you would think. They definitely sleep in trees, though. I've seen it a few times. We'll just leave him right there. All right, everybody. Well, we have made it home. It was a pretty productive trip to the coastal plain. Definitely highlighted by the sea turtle and the crazy scarlet snake way up a tree, in my opinion. And as always, the change of scenery was just nice to get away from the Piedmont for a little bit because, like I said, it's been really tough here, and hopefully that will start to improve over the next couple weeks. Another side note, I likely will have to start uploading one episode per week for a little bit just because it is so slow right now. But when things pick up again in a couple weeks, we'll go back to 2 episodes a week for as long as possible. But for the time being, I'm going to wrap this episode up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this trip to the coastal plain and South Carolina. And I will see you all in the next episode.